Well, you know what? It is a fact that big clubs who are allowing their grounds to be used for cup finals, whether it be Europa League finals, Europa Conference League finals, European Cup finals, domestic finals of any shape, size, or form, don't mind some rebranding of dressing room areas, of pitch areas to reflect the two teams participating in said final. Let's take an example of that, shall we? This was the Slavia Prague dressing room. This is the dressing room used by Slavia Prague on a home day, and it has been rebranded with the West Ham crest, as you can see in the far side, the Europa Conference League symbols, and more West Ham symbolism on the dressing stalls. This is a Slavia Prague home dressing room that was rebranded because it was hosting the Europa Conference League final. Because that's what you do in a final. You rebrand the two dressing rooms to suit the two teams that are participating in the final. That's what big clubs do. That's what clubs who actually consider what they're hosting, what they have volunteered to host, and they consider, how best to further make that spectacle of that final, to make the teams feel at home, to make the teams feel special, to make the teams feel like it is an actual cup final. Now, this is the way it works out, and I'm sure that if Ibrox was used for a cup final and Rangers weren't participating in said cup final, yes, if it was that lot from across the city, it might be slightly different. But, let's say it was a lower division final or something like that, we would allow some, noticeable rebranding of certain changing room areas to reflect the nature of the teams taking part. Or if the Ibrox was used, say, for a Europa League final or for a Champions League final, that again, it would allow rebranding with the colours of the two teams if Rangers were not participating in the final. Because that's what big clubs do. That's what big clubs all over Europe do. That's what the Santiago Bernabeu do when Real Madrid's ground is used and Real have not made the final. That's what the Camp Nou does when Barcelona have not made the final. That's what all big clubs do. Now, today was the Sky Sports Cup final in the women's game between Rangers and Partick Thistle, and I want to talk about that. I will talk about that in the video, don't worry. But the main reason I'm sort of making this news video this morning is I want to just brand Heart of Midlothian Hearts as a club truly pathetic. You are, I'm going to say, to whoever, to the Hearts fans, to the Hearts ownership, to Hearts management staff, you are an absolute pathetic joke of a team. You've just proved today with your response to what happened that you are a small little club with a parochial sense of mind that has no right to host cup finals, that has no right to consider itself a major player in the Scottish game. To Anne Budge, who is their chairman, and whoever their ownership group are, you are pathetic. You are totally and utterly pathetic. Really, you genuinely are a joke of a team. Now, this is in response to a statement that was made after the Sky Sports Cup final, after pictures emerged of Rangers women celebrating the final in the home dressing room, at which Hearts claimed that their club crest had been defaced by Rangers. Now, you can't help but feel that this protest has only been kicked up because of the fact that it is Rangers. I can't help but feel that if it'd been another Scottish club, doing this, say Dundee women, Glasgow City women, even that lot from across the city's women, if they have such a thing, there wouldn't be a bigger sting. But because it's Rangers, of course it causes a controversy, because it's Glasgow Rangers, because everyone hates us. We don't care, by the way. This is the statement that was made, and this truly shows what a pathetic, shambolic organisation Heart of Midlothian FC are. So this is the statement. That is the so-called defacing, which is a mat that has been placed on top of the Hearts crest in the home dressing room that Rangers were using. Can you please note that around the dressing room, there is no rebranding that has taken place to reflect that this is a cup final, a disrespect to the teams that are taking place, a disrespect to women's football in Scotland, a ridiculous gesture by an absolute parochial shambles of a club that Heart of Midlothian truly are. Heart of Midlothian Football Club is aware of the images circulating of the Tynecastle Park home dressing room at today's Sky Sports Cup final. Although the club hands over the running of the stadium on the day to the competition organisers, the SWPL, we were involved with pre-match planning. We would therefore like to assure our supporters that we did not approve any requests for dressing room branding in either dressing room for either club involved. Well, why not? Why did you not approve it? Because at every major final in a Europa League, in a Europa Conference League, in a Champions League, in a semi-final hosted at a neutral ground, rebranding takes place. That's what happens. Like I said, shambolic, parochial joke of a football club. It is extremely disappointing to learn that our wishes were disregarded. How this came to be a matter for the SWPL and Rangers to sort, but needless to say, no explanation will be satisfactory in our eyes, ridiculous, or the eyes of our fans. Nevertheless, we will demand answers to ensure that our club crest is never defaced again. It's a fucking mat. Get over it. It's not like anything was stuck on top of it or spray painted over it, you pathetic bunch of losers. It is also regrettable that this action has taken away the focus of what was a successful cup final, another opportunity to grow the women's football in Scotland. How was it taken away from that? The only people who are taking away from that cup final are yourselves, Hearts, with your ridiculous, pathetic little shambolic statement that really shows that you are a big fucking joke of a football club. The biggest joke in Scotland. You are sharp, catching up the soap dodgers from across Glasgow to show you are as big a bunch of muppets as they are. I read this statement. I read it with utter incredulity. I genuinely did. Not that the Hearts owners would know what the word incredulity meant, because they're obviously too thick to realize that. But genuinely, just plain stupid comments from Hearts. I mean, genuinely, utterly ridiculous and pathetic. Taking away from what was a great day for women's football in Scotland, what was a great day for Rangers ladies, going on to beat Partick Thistle 4-1 to retain the SWPL Cup against Partick Thistle, a 4-1 victory. Fantastic performance by the girls. So impressive. In how they performed from Rachel Rowe, who was player of the match. Joe Potter, the Rangers women's coach, said after the game, it's a special moment for me and a special moment for the club. I think it'll take a moment for me to reflect, but I am super proud of the girls. I think it is big for us to win this game, to have the performance as well. We knew we were worth doing it. We were worth going to have to get rid of some of the butterflies, get it out of our system, but I think the girls dealt with it really well. Some super goals and some super performances. A fantastic display by the girls. Rangers starting lineup today: Essen, Doherty, Hill, Middag, Hay, Rowe, Hardy, the famous Rio Hardy, of course, Ross, Macaulay, Cornet, and McLaughlin. And Rangers did obviously rest some key players, with the intensity of the Women's Premier League still very much in mind. A fantastic all-round performance by the girls. And like I said, I am very, very impressed with what they turned out today, with how they performed today. They were just absolutely brilliant. Well done to them. Well done to the girls, indeed. With Rose scoring, with Hardy scoring, McLaughlin scoring, Macaulay scoring. All good goals, all fantastic goals. But unfortunately, the story, of the cup final has been slightly taken away by the pathetic gestures of Heart of Midlothian and their ridiculous statement. It is an utterly pathetic statement by Hearts. I challenge any Hearts fan on here to come and defend what their club has done. Like I said, this is the Slavia Prague home dressing room. It has a West Ham crest on it. You go and you research any Champions League final that has involved teams playing at a stadium that is not theirs, and a rebranding of the dressing rooms has taken place for those finals. You research any UEFA Cup / Europa League final, and you will notice that a rebranding of said dressing rooms has taken place. You will notice semi-finals in England played down the years before Wembley was used, when Old Trafford, Aston Villa Park, Anfield were used as semi-final venues, took on a rebranding of said dressing rooms to reflect teams taking part. Hearts have singly, to me, proved that they are the biggest joke actually, no. Let's give them a little bit of credit. The second biggest joke in the Scottish game. We all know who the biggest joke in the Scottish game are. The separate entity, that lot from across our city. They're the biggest joke. We know that. We know that they'll never, ever, ever be surpassed. But look, you just look at it, and you know, there's the comments, the headlines in the papers this morning and yesterday, and you know, yesterday evening on the websites. You know, Hearts slam Rangers for defacing crest and say no explanation will be good enough, Scottish Sun. It wasn't defaced, it was a mat over the top, for God's sake. Hearts fume over Rangers branding in dressing room as they make clear. You know, just grow up, get over it, stop being so bloody pathetic, Hearts. You are just a parochial sham of a club. You genuinely are, guys. Well, let's hope we can turn our attention back to real football very soon. You know, obviously the international break is still ongoing. Rangers don't play again till Saturday against Hibs. We'll obviously bring you a live stream of that game, and we'll build up towards that game for the rest of the week, for this week, obviously on the channel. Guys, thank you for your phenomenal support to this point. It is very welcome, of course. Thanks for watching Glasgow Rangers Nation, guys. As always, if you can slam the sub, smash the sub even on the way out, and obviously ring the notification bell so you never miss out on the great free. That's right, no Patreon, no paywall, free content here on the channel. Obviously, smash the like, because like helps videos to grow. Thanks for watching, guys. Well done to Joe Potter and the Rangers women. Hearts, you're pathetic. Remember always, we are the people.